Alright, it's time to get back to the guest room makeover video, but before I do, I had a couple of people over the last year and a half messaging me, asking me about this thing on my face, and I should get it checked out to see if it's skin cancer. And I finally did go today and had the dermatologist look at it. She told me it was some something keratosis. I don't know. I'll put it up on the screen. It's not cancer. She burned it off. I have some Vaseline on there, and in about a few days it'll completely be gone. So it's just one of those things that happens to people after 50. So let's get back to the guest room makeover. Okay, I am back at this guest room, and let's see. I'm going to be using the Bare Floor Coating Porch and Patio Floor Paint. The color is rich brown. So I showed how I did this floor, painted this floor a couple of years ago, using porch paint in this gray color. And if I remember correctly, I put kills down first, at least 1 or 2 coats, and then 1 or 2 coats on the gray. So I'm not putting this down on a bare floor. This floor already has a couple of, several coats of paint on it already. So if you just decide to do this, you might be needing to do it a little differently. You'll definitely want to put some kills or another primer down first before you apply the paint if you want it to look, the best. Some people even put a seal coat over it when they're done painting, but I just don't. These are temporary fixes for me until we have the time and the money to put in a wood floor. So, this is a $40 fix to make this room look nicer. So, and realistically, I probably should wait till Tommy does the ceiling before I do the floor, but that could be months from now when he has time to do that. So I'm going to get this done now so that it, at least from, the top of the door down, it looks nice. So make sure you get the floor clean and anything sticky up. So I swept it, I vacuumed it, and then I mopped it. Yes, you can mop the painted floor. You don't want to get it soaking wet, of course, but it mops just like any other floor. So anyway, sweep, vacuum, mop, and then it's ready to be painted. So let's get started painting. I am not going to record myself painting. It's like, I don't know. To me, that's like watching paint dry. But I'll come back after I get it painted. Let me show you what the before looks like, and then you'll see what the after looks like. All right, so here's the before. I didn't mention that when I first painted it, I took caulk and caulked all the seams, but the dirt and stuff appears to now be in those seams, so it makes it show up even more. And that didn't come up when I swept or mopped. So anyway, we're going to get a coat on here that won't show every little speck of dirt. Hopefully this brown that I'm using will be better. So here's your before, and we'll be back for the after. Here's the color. It's definitely rich brown. And I forgot to mention, because I know I made the other video, that I'm just applying it with a roller and a brush around the edges. Just a normal paint roller. They have lots of colors you can choose from. And for the record, this is not a sponsored video for Behr paints. It's just what Home Depot sells, so that's what I'm using. Because I have a Home Depot card. See? Just roll it on like it's a wall. I never really liked the color gray anyway, but that was what they had available for delivery when I got this. And I didn't feel like driving, so let me get this finished. Alright, I got the first coat of brown in this whole open area here. Painted around the furniture. I'm going to let this dry. And then we will move the dresser centered on this wall, because the 2 twin beds are going to go here. And then a rug in the middle. And then I will paint the rest. Actually, do I want 2 coats? I might want 2 coats. We'll see how it looks when it's done. Sometimes I can get away with 1, but on the floor, I might need a second coat. But we'll see. Deer does not seem to be afraid of my dogs. Do you not see that deer, Aggie? She's right behind you. Boomer. What's this deer gonna do? She comes over and she gets the corn I put out for the hens. You coming over here to see us? Yeah? Want to come see us? Hello? Aggie, don't go over there. Boomer, you're a bad dog. Boomer! Boomer, come back. I hope she turns around and kicks your butt. Boomer! Leave the deer alone. She's not hurting you. Rude. I'm coming to get you. Alright, so it's been a couple of days. This is dry. And now I'm going to have Tommy help me move that dresser over to here. I can't scoot it because I don't want to mess up the paint. And then I will paint all of the rest of this. Alright, well, change of plans. So the beds are 41 inches wide. And, well, we already knew that the bed window was off center. But from that corner to that end of the dresser is like 43 inches. So I could move the dresser over 2 inches maybe. And that still wouldn't give me 41 inches over here. So bed, and then this little, it's not really a dresser, a little tiny dresser is going to go between the beds. And that means that that dresser is going to either have to go here on this wall, where that is, or I'm going to have to take these shelves out and put it over here. But I'm afraid that the bed's too long. And it'll probably come down, I don't know. No, I had a bed there before, and this shelf was here, so. But then that door wouldn't open for the closet. So that dresser can't go there. It has to go there or it has to go. But regardless, I'm going to get this corner all cleaned out, and then I'm going to paint this area. And this is definitely going to need a second coat, because when we were moving the dresser, you can see we nicked it right here, which tells me that if my grandkids are in here playing, this is probably going to, I don't know, after it's dried for a long time, it might be okay. But if you're doing this, you might want to put a little seal coat over it. Just not something I'm doing at this point in life, because this is going to be wood floor eventually. Alright, time to get this section painted. Alright, that whole side over there is painted, first coat, which technically would be the 5th coat of paint on here, because like I said in the beginning, kills, and then I think 2 coats of the gray. But anyway, it's not going to stay shiny. That's where I originally painted. You can see it's not shiny. But anyway, I even painted all the way out to here. I'm just so tired of the dirty, ugly stuff that it's got to go. Alright, time to paint this last little bit, and then the whole room will have 1 coat on it. It'll need a 2nd coat, and then I've decided I'm probably going to seal it just to make it last longer in case we don't get that wood floor in anytime in the next 50 years. Alright, I got that last little bit done, and man, I'm a mess. This is what you look like when you really do your DIY projects and you're not, oops, I dropped my drill for a couple of minutes on camera with a little cleavage, and then having a crew do the work for you. But anyway, I mean, have y'all seen those channels? They don't even break a sweat. Oh, it's so hot here. And their hair is perfect, their makeup is perfect, and they are not in any way, shape, or form sweating or dirty. And it's like, I have done what you're doing, and there's no way that you're really doing that work more than the 3 minutes of content where you're holding a drill up and, oh, is this a good pose? Is this the right angle? You know, give me a break. Anyway, I got that last bit done. I'm gonna let this dry until tomorrow, and then I will put the 2nd coat on, and eventually we'll have this room ready for guests next, because after I get the floor done, then I've got the 2 twin beds to put together. I'll probably start that. Yeah, I'm not gonna start that and have beds in my living room. I'll be tripping over it, and the dogs will be tripping over it. So, but up next, after I get this floor done, will be the beds. What else do I have to put together? Nothing else to put together, thank goodness. All right, so I'll be back tomorrow to paint the 2nd coat. The cucumbers are growing faster than we can eat them, so I'm feeding them to the chickens. For some reason, these stray cats think they want some of that cucumber too, but they don't. And as if we didn't have enough things around here, the sediment got to be too much for this little filter. So we called a wall company, and they came in and put this, I think he called it a trap tank for sediment. And basically, the water gets pumped there into this first tank. Any sediment will stay in here. And then it goes up over the top and into the 2nd tank, then through the filter and into the house. So it's a bit of a mess out here, but that should be fixed, which I'm glad, because I don't want to have any more dirt in my bathtub or coffee pot or my hair. All of that right there was the sand that was in this old filter holding tank. So thankfully this young man knows what he's doing. I'm standing here washing dishes, and this deer, I don't know what she's doing. She's always in our yard though. Oh, there's another one. How many are back there? I guess just the 2. Look at them looking at me. Oh, they see me. They don't know what I'm doing. See y'all later, ladies. Alright. It officially has 2 coats. Now, I'm going to leave it alone to dry. And I am going to bed. Alrighty, it's time to move on to the next step I'm going to be using this Parks Pro Finisher water-based polyurethane for floors, fast drying. No, it's not sponsored content. Every time I mention a product, someone tells me, that I'm doing a commercial. No, I'm not. I'm telling you what I'm using. And I have my tray, and I have these microfiber, let me show you in English, microfiber rollers. Supposedly, these are better to use with polyurethane. We'll see. I don't know. Tommy usually does the polyurethane, not me, but I want to seal this floor, and hopefully this is going to be the best product for that. So I'm going to pour some into my tray, and then I'm going to just roll it on. To be clear, this stuff was not cheap. I want to say it was like $50 or $60 for the bottle, the gallon bottle. I'll check and I'll put it up on the screen how much it actually was. But I think it was like 60 bucks. But yeah, don't hold me to that. All right, I got some of it in the tray. And I'm going to start in this corner over here and work my way down and then back around over here. Unfortunately, I still have all this furniture over here. And after this dries, I'll move all of that and finish the corner. That's just unfortunately what I have to do because I have an Australian Shepherd and I'm not putting a bed out there with her so that she can climb all over it and get her nasty hair all over everything. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. See it on the floor like that scares me. Hopefully it looks better when it's dried and not so streaky. We'll have to see. Alrighty. I have put one coat of sealer on there. I'm going to leave the ceiling fan on. And I'm going to shut the door. And I'll be back in a couple of hours to check on it. Alrighty, it has been 2 hours. You can see that it's kind of shiny now that I put the poly on here. That's the satin poly that I used. I liked it better when it was just the dull brown, but in order to preserve the paint for when people are coming and going, I had to put the poly on here. I learned my lesson from the last time. So you can tell right there where I have not put the poly. But I'm going to get the second coat put on here. It's very late. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to get the other coat put on here so this can dry. So that when I get home from work tomorrow, I can move all of that stuff over here. And then I can get that corner finished so we can get this room finally done. So let me get that second coat on here. Oops. Looks like I'm just smearing Elmer's glue. That's what it reminds me of. Do kids still use Elmer's glue in school? Or they just use tablets, laptops? Because I remember when I was in kindergarten, putting glue all over my hands, waiting for it to dry, and then peeling it off. Okay. I can't do this one-handed, so be back in a minute. Y'all will not believe what I just did. Can you see those footprints? I left my phone on that shelf after I had finished the room, so I'm going to roll it one more time to get those marks out. Okay, hopefully I caught it in time and re-rolled it, all those footprints, so that that's not permanently there. I ran and got a pair of socks, and all I think I did was run a pair of socks. So I'm going to shut this door and leave that fan on, and I'll be back tomorrow to move all that and finish that corner, and hopefully not screw up tomorrow. That's all I see is your butt.
Harry?
Alright, here's where we are in the room remodel. So Tommy helped me put one of the beds together, and I already had this mattress. Excuse me. This is the part I have not sealed yet, but that's where all that furniture was. And when moving the dresser, we scuffed the floor, so now I've got to clean that up before I can seal it. And I have moved the dresser over to here, and the kids' toy box over to here. I have a new rug ready to go down that I have unrolled. So now I've got to fix that, let that dry, and then I'll be able to seal this area here, and we'll get the other bed in here, and that little dresser is going to go in the center. So let me move on with that part. And the top of this little dresser has been destroyed by some previous guests, so I'm going to put a layer of paint on here too. Okay, got the first coat of paint on the little dresser, got the floor patched up, so tomorrow I will just have to roll on the sealant and we'll be good. Did I do 2 coats of sealant? Man, I'm so tired I can't even think straight. I did do 2 coats of sealant. So we'll have to do 2 coats of sealant tomorrow, but more progress. Alright, here's the update on the floor. After everything's painted, everything's sealed, I redid this dresser with the same paint and sealer because I had plenty of leftover. Nice and clean now. I put the rug down, and now we have one more bed to put together, and that's the mattress for it. I am putting these felt pads on the bottom of all the furniture to protect the floor. Some of them I'm having to use scissors to cut down to size. And I have 2 new blankets to put in. And I bought pillows. I didn't buy the inserts for the pillows because I forgot they don't come with the inserts. So I got to order those still. But tonight we're going to get that bed put together. And yes, I know we still don't have baseboards, but progress is progress. So I will be back after we get this little bed put together. As you can see, a twin size mattress bought from the store fits it just fine. I'm going to change the sheets and everything. That's just to protect the bed while it sits in here not being used. Let me put that rug down real quick. So anyway, there's the rug. I'm not sure how far out that bed's going to come, and the dresser needs to probably be scooted over, the little tiny bedside dresser thing. My grandkids' clothes go in it. That's their clothes for when they come over and need something to wear home. This is the actual big dresser here. So mostly this is blankets. And these I just washed from the last time they were here. So these are all going to get put in their little dresser too. Anyway, I bought curtains for the windows, but I haven't put them up yet because I'm going to wash the blinds and the windows before I put up the curtains. Because that's an important part of the process of getting this room where I want it to be. Not completely finished, but nicer. Certainly nicer than when we moved in, but it gets a little better each time. And I wish I could show y'all the ideas I have in my head for everything, what the finished product's going to be, so y'all can see it like I see it, but you know, whatever. And this bothers me because the electric panel is on that wall. I'm not sure what to do with that, and I don't want to cover it. And then of course I've got the cross on this side, but anyway, it's getting better. Be back after we get that bed put together. I wonder what the weight limit is for these beds.
I don't know that I played on that one.
I didn't know he was in here. What you doing, Boomer?
He snuck in here just a minute ago.
Alright, this is our first time buying a mattress in a box. We've always done it the old school way and gone down to a furniture store, so we'll see how this works. There's no way that's going to be like the other mattress in that box. Well, is it heavy?
Right.
Oh, that's right. I brought it in here today, but I drug it. I drug it in here. Don't cut the mattress. Looks awfully skinny.
Huh?
It looks awfully skinny.
Uh-huh.
Width-wise. Imagine trying to mail that back if we don't like it.
I better send away to vacuum seal it.
And it says it doesn't need a box spring. That's crazy.
Yep.
It's flat as a pancake. It looks like for like a camping cot.
Where's your...
My scissors?
Yes.
I should have read the directions. It looks like, I mean the description, it looks like it's like 2 inches thick.
It's going to swell up. It's already starting to swell up. But I don't know about very thick.
It looks like a mattress pad. Something that would go on top of a mattress. Look how much lower it is than the other mattress.
Uh-huh.
It's like a military cot.
It feels like a military cot.
Does it?
It feels like a prison cot.
How would you know? Have you been in prison?
Nope. But actually,
How's it feel?
I might sleep here tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no. I just need you to let me know if it's comfortable. Or is it uncomfortable?
Yeah.
You need a pillow?
No, I think I'm quite comfortable.
So if you were a guest, you'd be okay sleeping there?
Well, I'm about 245, between 240 and 250. I don't have a problem with it.
It's just going to bother me now that both the mattresses are different thicknesses.
This one might swell more, I don't know.
I mean,
I don't think so, but it's comfortable.
because the other one's 3 times thicker.
Yeah, it's comfortable.
But that mattress is almost brand new, so I'm not going to get rid of it. Oh well.
Ugh.
The important part is people don't have to sleep on a blow-up mattress when they come to stay. So,
They got a place to sit their drink or their phone.
oh no, I gotta get coasters because that's freshly painted. So, alright. Progress. I found these in the guest room closet. I'd completely forgotten about these from my old couch that I had kept. So I'm gonna take the pillow form out of here, throw this away because I don't even have that couch anymore, and stick them in here. So I hadn't ordered the inserts for these yet, so that's a win. I love reusing stuff. Alright, it is time to get these beds made. I will say that if you're a toddler, this mattress is perfectly fine, but as an adult, it needs a box spring underneath it at the very least, because you can feel the bars underneath and you feel like definitely like you're camping on a cot. So I will put up the link to this little mattress because it was cheap, but you can tell the difference between how high that mattress is and how high this one is. They say this is a 5-inch mattress. Yeah, it's more like 3. And it compresses down and you can feel the bars. So anyway, let's get these beds made. Alrighty, both beds are made, and the big pillows that are going to go behind the green ones are in the washing machine. I want those to be fresh. And the curtains I took out of the package, and of course they have big lines in them, so I'm going to go throw these in my dryer on the steam cycle and see if we can't get some of the lines out of these cheap curtains I bought. Alright, now for the grand finale of the finished guest room makeover. It's not a remodel. And you'll just have to listen to me over the air conditioner because I am not turning it off in this heat. There's the painted floor. There's the beds. Got the curtains up. There you go. I think it is a huge improvement. More progress on this. What do I call it? I don't know. I can't even think right now. I'm so tired. The turtle is a little out of place on the little nightstand, but the reason it's in here is it was a gift to Tommy, who lost his adult daughter last month in a car accident. It was given to him in memory of her, so I put it in here. These blankets and the pillow and the rug and the curtains and the beds and the mattress, I will figure out how much I paid for all of those things, and I will be back in a minute. But I'm very happy with the way that this has turned out. I think it's pretty good for a guest room. Alright, I got my totals together. Kind of hard to see, I guess. You don't need to see it. I'll put it up on the screen. The 2 cotton blankets were $30.95 each, not including tax. They're 100% cotton. The curtains were $7.99 each. They came with 2 in a package. The 2 green pillows were $10.81. The metal beds were $50.99 each. The mattress I got was $63.37. The paint, all of that came from Amazon. The paint, excuse me, which came from Home Depot, was $39.98. The rug that's 3x5 was $19.98. The sealer for the floor was $62.98 for a grand total of $325.99, not including tax. And of course, neither one of them charged me shipping. Amazon, because I have Prime, and Home Depot because I was under a certain amount. So $325.99. I stayed under my $500 budget. I stayed under $400. So I would say that was a good deal. Okay, well, that's going to be the end of this video. I think we have created a nice, comfy, clean environment for when our guests come to stay. Like I said earlier, we no longer have to pull out any blow-up mattresses. There's not room for a blow-up mattress anymore. Before, we had tried full-size beds in this room, and it's such a small room that it just didn't flow well. And now that we have 2 twin-size beds, one here with the little dresser in the center, I think everything just flows a whole lot better. Even if a married couple comes and has to sleep 1 or 2 nights in separate beds, or pile up on one twin-size bed, whatever they choose to do, it still makes more sense as far as the flow goes. And when we get ready to put the house on the market, people can see that there is in fact room in this little bedroom for at least 2 kids, and a dresser and a toy box, and this little, we're going to call it a nightstand now since it's between the 2 beds. So, the whole goal here is to get the house ready to put on the market, because we do want to go buy more acreage. So whether that takes us another year or 6 months or 5 years, I don't know. Just depends on how much time and money we have to put into this. But this room is a whole lot better. We still have the ceiling to finish and the trim, and I haven't painted that closet door yet. And once I do, then I will put a doorknob on that door. Both doors that one needs another coat of paint. That door needs it's still white. That one's black, that one's white, so we need a whole new paint job on this one on the left. I just haven't gotten to that yet. So ceiling, paint for the doors, and the trim, and then we should be good. I've got everything clean in here, and it's ready for our pending guests that are coming. So that was my goal for now, but the long-term goal is to completely finish this room. I just got done what I could get done by myself without Tommy's help, because Tommy's working 7 days a week at 2 different companies, so he's a little busy these days. So thank you guys for coming along on this guest room makeover. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope you learned something as far as painting the subfloor if you don't want to put flooring in, or you don't have the money or whatever. I think painting the subfloor is a viable option. It works in my house. Granted, it's just Tommy and I, and there's not the pitter-patter of little children's feet in here all the time. That will put more wear and tear on the house, but for us it seems to work. So that's what we're going to do. So again, thank you guys for coming along, and we will see you on the next video. Bye.